everybody, CW here. I got me a new toy. Not brand new, just new to me. You know what that is? Anybody know what that is? Virgin Valley? Virgin Valley is a company that doesn't exist anymore. Either they were bought out or became MGM barrels. What this is a 10-inch contender barrel chambered for 300 Whisper, 300 221, whatever you want to call it. Predecessor to the 300 AAC Blackout. They're really pretty close. We'll have a little history lesson here. I brought out a couple of manuals. And for any of you that are Thompson Center aficionados, new to contenders and contender chamberings, this is the 6th edition of the Hornady manual. And this is the one I recommend you pick up. It's a 2 manual set. Comes with ballistics, yardages, bullet drops, velocities, lots of really good information that's omitted in most manuals today. Really nice to have in a time before computers, before we all had pocket computers and cell phones and stuff, and you had to look things up in books and encyclopedias and manuals. It's still nice to have hard copy for stuff. So all you young kids out there is books for everything. Nice to have. Not dependent on electricity. You're not dependent on things. You can sit in your easy chair. You can sit on the can. You can read this stuff, you know. Learn. Stuff was written before by a lot of knowledgeable people, and it's really nice to have it in book form. Anyhow, so the 6th edition has got 300 Whisper. And I've got over here, I've got the current Hornady manual, which is what, the 10th, 11th edition. So this is the current Hornady manual. And today they have the Blackout. So I thought it would be neat to have them both side by side so that we can look. Now, basically they're used interchangeably, so don't worry. It's a different name, and like I always say, different is different, and it is. But it's close enough that you're fine, with a caveat. And one caveat really that's big, and that is they're loaded to the same pressures. Case dimensions are not identical, but they're close enough that they're fine. Overall case length is 1368 for the Blackout, and it's 1400 for the Whisper. Neck dimension is 334, it's 335. Case rim, body, shoulder angle, all that is the same. Shoulder distance, 871, everything, all that is the same. So you're fine. Big difference. The Whisper is generally found in 1 in 10 twist, where the Blackout is generally 1 in 7, 1 in 6 to 1 in 8, somewhere in there, depending on the manufacturer. Pressures are about the same. They're both designed within the constraints of an AR rifle. The Whisper came to be probably in the late 80s, early 90s. J.D. Jones, SSK Industries, is the originator. Later on, the Blackout took over. The Whisper was never legitimized into SAMI. It was just CIP. So it never became any more than what it was here. The Blackout really took it over. The Blackout is a SAMI cartridge, and that's why you find it today. So data you can use for the AAC in the Whisper without a problem. What you're going to find, the biggest difference between the Whisper and the Blackout is in the throat. So your lead into your rifling out of your chamber is going to be shorter in the Whisper than it is in the Blackout. So you may find you have to seat a little bit deeper on your really long bullets. But you're probably not going to find good performance with those really long 250s, 260s in the Whisper it will stabilize, but you're not as good as you are in the Blackout because you got just a little bit faster twist in the Blackout to better stabilize those heavy bullets or those long bullets at the lower velocities. Why did I do this? Well, I've often said that the Blackout isn't super friendly with cast bullets. And my theory was because they're spinning so fast. Spinning so fast because of the 1 in 7-ish twist rate. This is 1 in 10. Now, I haven't checked it, but it's a whisper it should be. We're going to check it. Maybe not today on the video, but I'll do it behind the scenes. Again, Virgin Valley is MGM today. This is threaded 9/16 24 because we're back into the 80s and the 90s, and there wasn't as much with suppressors and standardized threadings, so this was more European, is what I've read. So I just got, or the guy I got it from has a adapter on here to bring it up to 5/8 24. Now, thread adapters can be a problem because of alignment, bore alignment, and concentricity. For me, I'm not worried. I don't have a dedicated 30 can. I'll be shooting this through a 46 can. So if I'm out a thousandths, I doubt it would any more than 2 thousandths. You know, whatever you're out on one side, you're doubled. So I doubt I'd be that much out. I'm not going to be anywhere near out enough to be a problem with my can. I don't perceive myself ever owning a 30 caliber can. I possibly could pick up a 36 can in the future because I'm so invested in 35 calibers. That would make more sense for me. But it's not on the table right now. Right now, all I got is a 46. So 46 is what it is. I was looking hard at the Rossi Brawler. Really, really close. They brought it out in 300 AAC, and there's a couple of guys doing videos online, and it looks really attractive. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a complete pistol for the price that these barrels go for. But I'm thinking to myself, you know, you got Contenders. Contender's a much better gun than a Brawler. Why don't you just look around for a barrel? So I did, and I came across this on Gunbroker. But to show you how much it was meant to be, my buddy was selling this on Gunbroker. He never said anything to me. I talked to him multiple times a week. He lives one town over. He was selling this on Gunbroker. He never mentioned it to me because he didn't think I'd be interested in it. So I contacted him and I said, hey, I want that barrel. He said, okay. So I went over and gave him money and picked up the barrel, and here it is. Cerakoted green. This was his thing. This was his baby. He's selling it because he borrowed my Ruger American in 300, and now he wants that. So he's buying himself a Ruger American in 300 Blackout, and he doesn't have a need for this anymore. So here it is. I got it. So I'm excited. This is going to let me prove my theory on slower twist with my cast bullets. It's going to give me something I can play with. I am going to SBR a couple of firearms after the first of the year when the tax stamp goes away. And this is probably one that I'll do. So this will be a lot of fun. So we're going to have some videos on it. We're going to play with some loads. We're going to see what we can do. You can still do subs. Maybe not the heaviest bullet so well, but still do subs. Just got to watch the overall length. So you got to check and make sure that whatever you have made up for the Blackout isn't seated too long and through the ogive. And these are Dr. Zink's cast bullets that he sent me in zinc that we tried in the other gun, and they're fine. They go right in, no problem. I checked the overall length on the Sinclair ogive gauge to see where it is on the rifling, and I'm probably 11 or 12 thousandths jump into the rifling, so no problem. So we'll try these and see how they go. I got to go through what I have for ammo, load it up for the Blackout to make sure it's going to be okay in here. Again, you don't want a jacketed bullet pushed hard into the rifling. I happen to have, this is what I load my AAC with. It's an old set of Redding 300-221. Now the AAC, these are some Lee Collett dies. The AAC was made by cutting down 223 cases, whereas the Whisper was made by sizing up 221 Remington. 221 Remington was made from cut down 223. 6 of one, half dozen the other. That's why it was called the 300-221 in the day, because it was a Wildcat. So it has a bunch of different names because Sammy never legitimized it like they did with the Blackout. The Blackout is a 300 Blackout, or 300 AC Blackout more specific, because it was registered as that, known and accepted by that by all manufacturers creating guns and ammunition. The Whisper is what it's commonly referred to as, but it has a few names because it never was legitimized. There we go. Quick synopsis on the two. Look forward to what we're going to do with this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know this was a very accurate barrel, so really good information there. I even know loads that it worked in because it was my buddy's barrel, so good stuff. And it's shot my cast bullets for years. So it's like it was, mine but not mine for a long time. There we go. Just a quick video introducing that. 11 minutes long here, and watch for more. We're going to have more. We're going to get this out on the range, and we're going to have a lot of fun. God bless everybody. CW out.